For literally 50 years of my life, I have dealt with chronic back pain. At the time I received that phone call, the chair I'm sitting in right now, I can sit in for maybe 20 minutes and I have to get out and I have to stand. The desk that I'm sitting here right now on is an elevated desk. And I did that because you can't stand on a low desk. You look kind of dumb. And so I would raise the desk up and I would stand and I'd do another half an hour worth of work and then I couldn't stand anymore and I'd sit. I was never kind to my back. I was, back in college, I was hit by a car, and I don't mean I was driving a car. I was run over by a car at 19 years old, and it actually got me a discharge from the military because it was a pretty horrific accident. And for 50 years now, since that time, I'm 69 now. I've dealt with pain and discomfort for that length of time. I was on, all kind of pain meds. I've seen chiropractors. I've had neurologists. I've had nerve blocks. I mean, you name what they can do to your back, just short of surgery. I've had it all done. And so I just came to the point where I can just live with it. I'm in martial arts. I've always been in martial arts. I've always been in jujitsu. It's not a very forgiving sport. But about 6 years ago, I took a sabbatical from actually practicing and training and went to just teaching because my body wouldn't take it anymore. I must be considered one of those one patch wonders because when I got the first pack of sleeves in that Steve sent me, I put the patch on, and about 3 hours later, Chris came into my office again and she said, "You doing all right?" I said, "Yeah, why?" She goes, "I've never saw you sitting in that chair for more than 20 minutes to a half an hour." And she says, "You've been in there for a couple hours." And you have one of those moments where you sit back and you say to yourself, I didn't even recognize it. I felt good. And I'm thinking maybe I'm having this placebo effect. And so next day after that, no problem. Here I am a year later. And I have to say, single-handedly, this experience with X39 has been so life-changing and so transforming. I actually feel like I'm a 19-year-old or a 20-year-old in a 69-year-old body. I'm back to training. I'm back to grappling. I'm doing my jujitsu like I did before. Nothing has changed. I'm back to like nothing ever happened. And I'm amazed every single day. I got to the point where I thought, well, if one patch does that well, let's just try two. So I put one on the top of my back, one in the lower. And it's just been amazing. So I can literally say that I'm pain-free. I have never had such a tremendous year being free from pain as I was from, I guess, April of last year through today. And so I'm here to tell you that patch really works. And I was lucky to be one of those ones, very blessed that it works so fast. I don't think that's the same way for everybody, but here's the bottom line. You don't even know what this patch is doing half the time. I think Dr. Stillman said it at the beginning here in Naples. He goes, "The absence of symptoms doesn't mean the presence of health." And I'll never forget that statement because it's so true. So that was a great testimony for me because it was a life-changing experience. And it took a very short time to accomplish that. But the next one was actually as big, if not even bigger. For the last 15 years, every 5 years, my cardiologist sends me down to get a nuclear stress test and a CT scan and the whole workup. And I had one done and I remember it was 59 years old. And they got the test completed. I went in a week later and they went over the results and they said, "Well, you've got some of this and some of that and some calcification. And you basically have a heart age of 64 years old. Now, mind you, you're 59, but your heart's age is 64. Which I wasn't happy about that. I wanted it to be the other way, but that's not what happened. So fast forward, 64 years old, I went for another CT scan, same doctor, same place, and they did the same nuclear stress test as a follow-up 5 years later. Went back in a week later and they looked at my score, looked at my test results, and "Well, Rick," he goes, "nothing's really improved. I mean, you're not in danger, but your heart age is like you're almost 7, you're 64, but your heart age is like 70." And I'm going, "Well, it's about the same thing." Well, in the middle of March, I was on my just turned 69. It was 5 years since the last test, and I went and had it done again. And so I had it done on a Friday morning. I'll never forget it. Went down to the hospital. They did the whole workup. They put me in the machine, hit me with the dyes, got my heart rate up to something crazy. Took the videos, and Monday morning I get a phone call from my cardiologist. Now, if anybody's ever had any heart stuff done, you don't want to get your doctor calling you 20 minutes after you left the hospital, because it's usually get your butt in the office right now, and or get yourself to the emergency room. That's what I expected. But no, that's not what I heard. He said, Rick, I just wanted to call you and tell you that we're going to cancel your Thursday follow-up visit. And I said, well, why? He said, I just didn't want to wait. I wanted to give you your test results now. Your CT score was so good. Your scan was so good. I didn't want you to wait till Thursday. There's nothing that I could tell you on Thursday that would be any better than what I'm about to tell you right now. You had one of the best CT scans we've seen in 15 years. Everything is just absolutely just running on all cylinders. We're really pleased with your results. He goes, and we'll have the next one done in 5 or 10 years. He goes, but you've had a really good test. And I'm thinking immediately what came to my mind was, in the slides, they talk about all the different things that this X39 patch will do. Resetting your genes and brain activity within 3 months. But I remembered the one immediately where it talked about in 6 months it could start reversing cardiovascular age. But you wouldn't know that. How would you know that that's happening in your body unless you had a before and an after? Well, maybe that was God's way of telling me, don't wait for the results to be outstanding where you might feel it or get. Even though that happens, there's stuff happening inside your body you may have no idea whatsoever. And this is like a sleeping giant. This is an amazing patch that's these stem cells, and I think, Gina, you said it before, these stem cells are going to places you may not even know you need it. And that was an absolute eye-opener for me. I was so excited about that. Now I grapple twice as much because I figure I'm not going to have any cardiovascular events while I'm on them. Everybody I grapple with is half my age. And it's amazing when I'm in class, I'll have people walk in. How old are you again? I'm 69. You're grappling with a 35-year-old BJJ, athlete. I said, yeah, why not? Why not? Why not? But yeah, that was a great result for me, and I'm excited about it. And but I'll tell you what, I'm going to tell the world about it.